So today could be like 3 topics for part 2. Topic 27, 35 and 44. Okay, now let's start with the first topic, positive change in your life. And I think we can combine these 2 topics. I think what I mean is we just need to prepare for one and you can speak for 3 topics with the same content. Now let's start with V. So do you prepare for topic number 27?
Yes.
Okay, so now you have 2 minutes.
Off the top of my head comes to many enormous changes that affect positively to my life. I'm gonna talk about a healthy lifestyle, which I applied to get fit during the pandemic of COVID-19. To kick off, I tell you something about what the change was. To be honest, during the pandemic, I ate lots of fast food, which I bought at the supermarket to stock up due to lockdown of COVID-19. I realized that my body gained weight significantly, so that I decided to start a workout at that time. Going on to the next point of what it happened, I like to say that I planned to do exercise 3 months ago, as I want to improve my health to fight illness and lose weight. Moving toward to the next questions of how it happened. Actually, I signed in the gym with my sister so as to have our supporters to do exercise together. I searched in Google about how to count the calories, and I see many useful advice to lose weight efficiently. So I made a list of healthy foods such as bananas, yogurt, and I avoided fried foods as much as possible. Moreover, when I feel indulgent, I have I always remind myself that practice makes perfect. Finally, I have a body I want, and I see all my efforts are worth. Um, that's why I see it's a positive change in my life. If I had a chance, I would invest in exercise machine at home.
Alright. Can I ask you a question? Can you say the sentence including the phrase so that I can? Can you say that sentence again? Do you remember this one?
So that
I mean the sentence before and after. The sentence before and after so that.
so that uh,
Okay.
so that I have a supporters who do exercise.
Thì cô là cái câu mà nó ở trước và ở sau cái từ so that luôn. Tại vì một số bạn thường là chữ so vì vậy nhưng mình lại dùng so that. Em dùng với mục đích là vì vậy hay là để mà so or so that.
Là để mà
So that, okay. Next one, many useful advice. Is it advice countable or uncountable? It's uncountable now. So many, do you have any other words to rephrase this one?
tôi nghĩ là much.
Much sẽ dùng cho danh từ không đếm được, uncountable now, nhưng mà chỉ dùng trong câu gọi là phủ định và nghi vấn. Còn câu khẳng định thì mình sẽ đổi thành a lot of useful advice. Không dùng much trong trường hợp câu khẳng định được. Ok. Phần grammar thì khá là nhiều cấu trúc, và nói chung bài của Vi thì có cụm từ nối và áp dụng được các cái gọi là các cấu trúc công thức trong bài, nhìn chung là ổn nhé. Okay, next one. T, please. It's your turn, and your topic is topic number 35, healthy activity. Describe something you do to keep fit and healthy.
Yes, pop up to my head when it comes to activities you do stay healthy. I would say there's several activities and exercises which we should do, such as aerobics, skipping, or play sports. But I totally believe that walking is the most effective and easier for all ages. It can be a way to keep fit for people of all shapes and sizes without any equipment, unlike other activities. About me, I work daily during an hours a day. Sometimes I work with my mother and sometimes with my buddies. I strongly agree that people should pay much attention to our health. When you have a weak fitness, you may get rid of many diseases such as flu, sickness, and so on. Walking exercises brought me numbers of benefits as well as mental and physical strength. If I have a change, I will focus on this exercise more over in the future.
First of all, is a little bit short part 2. Bài này là nó chưa được 1 phút 30 giây nên nó hơi ngắn một tí. Mình có thể bổ sung một hoặc 2 ý vào cho nó dài hơn. Next one. Can you paraphrase the topic again? When it comes to, or pop to my head, when it comes to...
When it comes to an activity you should do to stay healthy.
An activity, right?
Yes.
To stay healthy. Okay. Ở đây mình paraphrase, bạn có keep fit and keep healthy, mình có thể là stay healthy. Có bạn nào có cụm từ khác cũng có nghĩa là để gọi là giữ gìn sức khỏe được không? Stay healthy, keep fit. Ngoài ra còn cụm từ nào nữa không cho topic này? To stay in shape. For grammar, should be much attention. Mình nên chú ý nhiều vào cụm từ, chú ý là mình có cụm từ nào thì pay attention.
Pay attention.
Thì không có người bị ở đây, mình should pay lots of attention. Lots of attention. Okay. Sometimes remember S at the end of the word. Sometimes. These two words. Can you pronounce these two words for me? The first one and the second one.
A chance.
Chance. And this one?
Change.
Change. Okay. Thì từ đầu tiên mình không có đọc là change, là chance. This one change. Okay. Thank you. Next one. My please. Topic number 44. A difficult decision that you once made.
Yes. Off the top of my head, when it comes to a tough decision in my life, I like to tell you about selecting class when I passed the high school entrance exam. To kick off, I'd like to tell you about some types of classes in my high school. The school that I am attending is divided into 2 main classes, A and D. Class A is a class with subjects belonging to a combination of science subjects such as math, physics, chemistry, and biology. And Class D is a combination of social subjects, including literature, English, history, geography, and citizenship education. So, following Class A, students will later have the opportunity to work in like majors like engineering or medicine, while Class D will focus on languages and media. So moving forward to what was my choice then. At first I was kinda confused when I didn't know which class to choose. My grandmother wanted me to attend Class A, and what's more is all my SD to Class A. So it's quite awkward for me because when I was in middle school, I was terrible at physics. So physics seems like math to me, so I didn't want to go to Class A at all. But in the end, before the deadline to register for the class, I followed my heart and chose to take Class D. The biggest regret here is that I won't be able to be in the same class with my buddies, but I felt like I made a very wise decision. Yes.
Okay, so try to manage your time to make sure that you speak within just 2 minutes, not longer than that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to make a tough choice between whether to choose Class A or D. While Class A is a combination between those subjects. On the other hand, Class D is about other subjects. What I mean is you need to use like some linking words to make the difference between this one, like while on the one hand, on the other hand.
Yes.
Tough decision, decision combination, attitude, outward, felt like what decision. Okay, everything else is kind of good for this one. Next one, Buổi, please. Topic 44.
Off the top of my head, when it comes to important decision, I am gonna to talk about my decision, which took me a lot of time for thinking. To kick off, to be honest, I took a decision for buying a new cell phone. That cell phone is very expensive and modern. So, in addition, I made this decision due to my buddy. He explains me very well why I should buy this phone. Therefore, I decided to buy it. This decision were made me very very tough by me since I have spent a lot of time, a lot of money which were saved by me during 3 months to buy it. Finally, if there are a time, I am gonna to talk about my feelings about that decision. I was confused a lot at that time. Uh, as also I need the money to pay my tuition fee. If I have a chance, I the love to change that decision to know what happened. Is that all?
Okay, first of all, let's look at fluency. To be honest, try to speak clearly the ending sound. To be honest. Honest.
To be honest.
St.
To be honest.
Okay. If there are a time or if there's time. If there's time.
There.
I'll talk about my feelings about this situation.
Yeah.
A mobile phone,
Yep.
it is kind of expensive. Từ nào để đổi cho từ expensive? Từ này gọi là cái common word.
Expensive. Lucius.
Luxurious, xa xỉ nhé. Cái này có thể là pricey or costly, là từ để thế hệ, hoặc nó rất là đắt luôn thì gọi là có thể là từ exorbitant, là cực kỳ đắt. Exorbitant. Next one. Medication. Okay, this word. Trả tiền học phí, cái từ học phí mình sẽ đọc như thế nào?
Pay tuition fee.
Can you say that again?
Tuition fee.
Okay, let's see how it is pronounced.
Tuition.
Tuition hoặc là tuition, ba âm nhé.
Tuition.
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 Okay, tuition fee. Next one. I'm gonna to talk about. Is this a to or not?
Dạ không tu. I am gonna talk about.
I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Booty or birdie?
Booty.
Booty là mình nhớ đến Phật giáo là Buddhism ở đây. Birdie.
Booty.
Birdie.
Buddy.
Birdie.
And this word.
Confused.
Âm dạng này giờ đơn. Confused. Ba cái mở ba của mình này. When it comes to important decision, là mình đang bị thiệu cái nào? When it comes to important decision, mình đang bị thiệu cái gì? Nhé. When it comes to comes to là an important decision. Nhớ đóng cuối rồi nhé, tại vì đọc spend không có t, d gì cả nên mình biết là loại nào. Spend a lot of money. Okay?
Yeah.
Next one. Uyên, please. It's your turn. Topic, let me see the topic. 35. You have 2 minutes for this topic.
Off the top of my head, when this comes to an activity that I do to stay inside and have good health, I'm gonna talk about ride a bike. To kick off, I did tell you about it. If I not missing, I started riding a bike about 4 years ago. At the time, I was a bit heavy and I wanted to look for something to do to lose weight. Also, at the same time, one of my best friends asked me to ride this with her, so I decided to try this sport. Now I'm ride a bike about 3 times a week, mostly from 6 to 7 p.m. in the evenings because the weather during that time be not sunny, and in the morning I have go to school. There is a park not so far from where I live, so I always go there to ride bike. I think always quite difficult at the beginning when I try something new. Learning right away is not an exception. To be honest, there are several reasons why I enjoy to do this sport. Thirdly, it helps me keeping safe and prevent their various health problems such as diabetes and high blood pressure or even cancer. Fourth, it is a great way to unwind and temporarily forget or the pressure or worry from my daily life.
Ok. Nhìn chung bài của bạn Uyên về phần phát âm và phần vocab là ổn, nhưng mà về phần fluency thì khi mình dùng các từ nối là nhớ phải dùng chính xác. Tức là nếu có dùng nhưng mà là khi đúng khi không thì nó sẽ điểm thấp hơn nếu mà dùng chính xác cái cụm từ này. Ví dụ như là if I not mistaken thì nó thiếu cái gì ở đây Uyên hả? If I hay là I'm not mistaken?
I'm not.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Next one. Learning ride a bike is, nó bị sai lỗi ngữ pháp gì ở đây hả? Learning learning là một là to hoặc là nhé. Learning to ride a bike hoặc learning riding a bike is gì đó nhé. Hoặc learning how to ride a bike is. Okay, just repeat cái mở bài của Uyên nha. When it comes to an activity I do to keep in shape, I'm gonna talk about ride a bike. Cái này mình sẽ sửa lại là gì? Tôi sẽ nói về ride a bike. Mình sẽ sửa lại là gì? Sau about mình sẽ còn một cái gì? Danh từ hoặc là một verb in nhé. Thì sẽ chuyển ride thành chữ gì Uyên?
Riding
a bike. One of my best friends. One of my one of my best friends. I decided. Try to remember the ending sounds. I'm ride a bike 3 times a week. Is there any problem? Grammar mistake in the sentence. I'm ride a bike 3 times a week. Where is the mistake? I ride a bike or I'm ride a bike? Uyên, con này sẽ sửa lại như nào?
I
ride a bike 3 times a week. Now I ride a bike 3 times a week. Prevent various health problems. It's not, isn't. Okay, so let's move on to like part 3 of these topics. Tức là 3 topic này là cùng một chủ đề, đó là về cách để giữ sức khỏe. Mình sẽ có part 3 của những topic này. First 27 changes. Let's start with my please. So, is it good for people to change jobs frequently?
Change job frequently?
Yeah. Is it good or bad? Is it good?
Yes, in my viewpoint, I suppose I would say that like it depends. Like for some people, like may feel like they are very bored at their moment job, so they want now find another one which is more interested and more creative. So I believe that having another jobs is such a great experience because they can gain more, can have more opportunity to apply to another realm. And by contrast, I think the drawback of getting another jobs frequently is people might be like they don't have a constant salaries, like their life will be like they will not have enough money to take care of themselves and bring up their family. Yes.
Okay, so let's together brainstorm the ideas for the questions before we move to the answer. So, do you think it's always good for people to change jobs frequently or not? Yes or no? It kind of depends on the situations. Okay, now let's talk about young people. If they just graduate from their university, they are looking for jobs and they keep changing their like occupations. Is it good or bad?
Is bad.
Really? I mean they just graduated from their university. If they find a job and they feel this job they don't feel any satisfaction with this job, or the salary is quite low, they can move to another one to find better or higher salary, or find an environment which is like suit their needs, suit their strengths. Do you think it's good? Okay.
It's definitely good.
Sometimes, or in some cases, especially for the young, they can like frequently or regularly change the job. First of all, to get better or more decent salary, a more high or more well-paying job. Also, to find a better working environment, which suit their strengths. However, sometimes if these people are like in their middle age, like 40, 30 or 40 years old, and just job hopping a lot, is it still be good for these kind of people?
No.
Why? They show that these one are impatient and can't have a stable job or stable life. But most of the time it can be good, but there are few situations is maybe harmful to the job seeker.
Yes.
Okay, so can you answer one more time? Is it good for people to change jobs frequently?
In my viewpoint, I believe that it kind of depends on some cases. Like, for the youngsters who have just graduated from university, changing their jobs will make them have more opportunity to approach new every kind of types of job, so they will get more experience and they would find a better working environment which is more suitable for them. And on the other hand, like the elderly, like in the middle age, changing occupation typically is a diverse side because they can have a stable job, they can have a stable salary, so it's very hard for them to live like in most for people in like live in city, they will have enough money to pay for their daily life. That's all.
Okay. So on the other hand, there are some cases in which the candidate could be like harmful if they keep changing their jobs for so many times. For example, if the recruiter see in their CV that they are trying to skip the jobs a lot, so they can refuse to offer them a position. Okay, next one. Wu, please. Your question is, why is that many people today don't do enough healthy activities?
From my perspective, many people today many people work in the office, so they didn't move a lot during working. In addition, they also take care a lot of workload. So, for example, deadline for a project, something like that. Therefore, they don't have enough time to do exercise and go to the gym. I think that is the reason why many people doesn't have a good health. That's all.
Alright.
Yeah.
The first reason is most of Vietnamese people they are working in the office, which means they don't move a lot during the day, during their working hours.
Yeah.
Work in the office nó sẽ có một cái cụm từ đó là white collar workers, những cái gọi là những người làm việc văn phòng á, white collars. Nhiều khả năng they don't move a lot. Is this related to the reason why they don't do enough healthy activities? On the other hand, if they work in a farm or do some physical activities, if they work, they do some physical jobs, they have some physical jobs, they can like move around, or it's maybe a way to improve their health. And another reason, they're too tired of working and then don't have enough time for themselves, or
they have a lot of workload, nó khối lượng công việc á.
and what happened if they diffuse
They and therefore they don't have enough time to do exercise or go to the gym and take care of their health.
The health.
Yeah.
Okay. Từ này sẽ là workload, not workload.
Workload.
Workload. Okay.
Workload.
Cái why này mình sẽ có cái từ đồng nghĩa từ reasons, mình sẽ có là motives hoặc là rationales. So from my perspective, I guess that there are several motives why people these days haven't engaged in lots of healthy activities. First of all, most of them are white-collar workers who don't move a lot during their working hours. That's why I think they don't do enough of these activities. Moreover, another reason could be today people have lots of workload, so they don't have time for themselves even to unwind or go to the gym to work out or something like that. Okay, next one. Uyên, please. Your question is, what can parents do to make their children like sports? Do you have any ideas for this?
Yes. In my opinion, when they are young, they lack the theory with affect their confidence in that decision, so they attempt to test out their signature such as a family member, parent, or teacher for advice. I think parents due to let the children that I think the children are mature enough, are not mature enough to mess out decide. They need a parent to be with us all the time.
Okay. Ở đây là ba mẹ nên làm gì để khuyến khích con của mình thích thể thao? Thì ý của Yên là gì trong câu này? Ý thứ nhất là gì? Ba mẹ nên làm gì? What should parents do? Two. Okay. Lập mình có ideas cho cái này nha. Ví dụ để trẻ con thích thể thao thì ba mẹ có thể play with them, chơi cùng với trẻ. Play with them, play sport with them, and have fun. Play and have fun with them. Or let the children, let the kids choose whatever they like, whatever sport they like, they are big on, or tell them the importance of playing sports. Okay, next one. T, please. The same question. What can parents do to make their children like sports?
In my opinion, there are much more ways for parents to encourage their try to get on well with sports, and I think that the most effective way is play with them and have fun with them, and parents can can buy some sport equipment that fit for children, and it have a more colorful and in a variety shape, like a skipping rope that have a kitten sticker on them, and I think that will make the children more into to play sport.
Okay, so you give two main reasons. First of all is to play with them, and second one is to buy some sports equipment to put at home so they can engage in, like, they can play sports whenever they have time and whenever they want. Okay, next one. V, please. The same question. Can parents do to make their children like sports?
From my perspective, there are several ways to encourage their children to play sports. First, they can parents can spend time to play with them, whatever they want. Second, children needs to be aware of the importance of sports brings, and playing sports can improve their development and their health.
Okay. Ở bài của Vi thì mình có nhận xét thứ nhất là về cái từ nối, cái first và second là hai cái này người ta gọi là mechanic linking words, những cái từ nối mà cũng hàng chỉ dùng trong phần speaking nên có thể đổi thành first off, first and foremost for one thing cho first, và second mình sẽ đổi thành what's more on top of that hoặc là plus. Những cái từ này cho cái bài speaking này nó gọi là more natural. Và cái từ này sẽ đọc như nào Vi hả?
First is
Sorry, this one? Develop or development?
development.
Okay, development. That's right. Okay, and that's it